From the studios of NBC 12 and ABC 25, this is Good Morning Jacksonville at 6.
Here's what you're waking to right now at 6 a.m. Zika now a bigger problem than it's ever been before right here in Florida.
Plus, gas prices are tanking, and some prices are as low as $1.89 a gallon.
I saw $1.99 this morning. That's awesome. And Congresswoman Corinne Brown speaks out about why she still deserves your vote. The 5th Congressional District of Florida. Those stories coming up in just a moment on Good Morning Jacksonville.
It's also a really big weather day, we know,
sure is.
right here on the First Coast. You were mentioning earlier storms today, but not as bad as we saw yesterday.
This was really widespread.
Yeah.
We had some severe weather yesterday. We had a house get struck by lightning and then started a fire there. No one injured in that situation,
yes.
but rough. 5,000 lightning strikes in Duval alone. Not quite as bad, but certainly out there. Let's take a look at what we're experiencing right now, out the door, out the window, so to speak. And in St. Augustine, you can start to see the hints of color as the sun is beginning to peek over the horizon. A little civil twilight there happening. 75 degrees, already 81 degrees in Orange Park. Need to get it together over there, right on the river. It's 6:01. It's already 81 degrees, and we're looking out the door at St. Simon's as well. Love taking a peek there. At the old hometown, actually elementary school, St. Simon's Elementary. Y'all going back very soon. Shout out to the folks there working hard. Principal again doing her thing, getting the students ready at St. Simon's Elementary this morning. I know she is there. 93 degrees going to be our temperature today. A little cooler, and I emphasize a little cooler, but there's going to be more cloud coverage out there than we had the last few days. It's going to keep temperatures a little more moderate. Also would help in capping any sort of widespread really dangerous thunderstorms. 94 for Wednesday, and now we get into that 70% chance of a shower, even more as we go to Thursday as well. So we have a lot of opportunities for some rain. Hopefully it'll help out your lawns. All right, let's get a check of our morning commute in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center with Katie Jeffries. Katie.
Thank you, Lewis. Your time is 6:02, so let's talk about what's happening in the Spring Park area. So earlier this morning, it looks like there was a shooting there in the area of this Mount Vernon Lodge. We have a live look at the scene as they're investigating, but as they investigate, they had to close some of the northbound lanes there of Phillips. So this is in the 3200 block of Phillips. It's near St. Augustine Road. Now, drivers are going to be routed off at Emerson, and the good news here is that we had a photographer drive through that area not too long ago. He said he wasn't seeing any big delays, and that is a pretty easy alternate route to go from Emerson onto I-95. That runs parallel to Phillips, so you shouldn't have any big problems there. But we'll keep watching that scene, and I'll let you know when those roadways do reopen. Again, that's just the northbound lanes. Elsewhere on your roadways, things look pretty nice if you are driving on 95, 295, or even I-10 at the moment. A tiny delay starting to build near Lane, but nothing to be concerned about. Back to you.
Katie, in just a few hours, Florida's Health Department will hold a news conference about the recent spike in Zika cases. There are now 14 homegrown cases. Shelby Danielson now is live in the newsroom with what Senator Marco Rubio is pushing for. Shelby.
Hey there, Keitha. Good morning. As you mentioned, 14 cases in Florida now caused by local mosquitoes carrying the virus versus being travel related. And we know that 10 of those were reported just in the last 24 hours. Now, all of those new cases can be pinpointed to a single area in Miami within 1 square mile. And of them, 6 are not showing any symptoms yet. Each one was identified in door-to-door surveys conducted in Miami. Governor Scott now calling for emergency response to the disease. And we had a chance to speak with Senator Marco Rubio one-on-one about it. He says he wants to see more urgency taking action against Zika, and he says he warned this would happen months ago.
This is a failure of leadership in both political parties and a lack of urgency in Washington. And sadly, it's now taken 14 mosquito-borne infections in Florida to hopefully wake people up to the reality of how serious this is and why we need to get ahead of it. It's taken far too long, and it's unacceptable and truly an indictment of the dysfunction in American politics today.
And Senator Rubio says he is prepared to go back to D.C. and support the $1.1 billion emergency Zika funding proposal that's on the table now. He also says the president has $300 million at his disposal to use in the fight against the virus now. Now, in the next half hour, the CDC has new warnings for women who are pregnant. We'll have that coming up. Keitha.
Thanks for that, Shelby. Now, right now, things are quiet again in a local neighborhood after a chaotic scene this morning. JSO arrested 2 suspects following a robbery. It happened at the Circle K on North Old Middleburg Road. Police say the suspects robbed the gas station and then took off. But JSO did eventually track down those suspects, their vehicle, and took them right into custody.
To act like I have not done any work is ludicrous.
Brown firing back and defending herself. This as she faces criticism and allegations of fraud and conspiracy. Lisa Robbins live at the federal courthouse where Congresswoman Brown will be facing a judge very soon. Lisa.
Congresswoman Corinne Brown set to stand trial here at the federal courthouse in downtown Jacksonville in October on those fraud-related charges. But believe it or not, that is not the biggest thing she has on her plate right now. She is fighting to keep her seat that she has held now for more than 20 years. And she says in this re-election campaign, she is not going down without a fight. Listen to this.
I've done the best I ever could.
And last night we heard from a very passionate and outspoken Congresswoman Corinne Brown. She took the stage for a candidate forum. This is a look at the charges she's currently facing that could get her more than 350 years in prison. Brown is accused of taking money from a fake charity, money she helped raise, and then using it for personal expenses like airline tickets. The Congresswoman faced tough criticism from her opponents at last night's forum, but she scoffed at their attacks. She says she has done a lot for her district and for young people across the country, and she believes this federal investigation is personal. Listen.
It's a witch hunt, and I am the person they're hunting.
And really, voters will have the chance to decide for themselves at the end of this month, the Democratic primary. Voters will head to the polls August 30th. Brown is up against Democratic candidates LaShonda Holloway and Al Lawson. Reporting live at the federal courthouse, Lisa Robbins, First Coast News.
Thank you, Lisa. Some people are taking this Pokemon Go thing a little too far.
You think?
Listen, some people are playing it and having a great time. Some people are just taking it too far and now putting their own kids in danger. The trouble this couple is now in for allegedly leaving their child alone.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Plus, an exciting story for you all the way from Rio. Look at him go. That's Chris Porter. We check in with Chris Porter and Jeannie Blaylock as we count down until the summer games. Go, go,
Smooth.
go.
You know he's
dancing.
Smooth. Got it in the shoulders, got it in the feet.
With this, Katie.
Dance to the beat of your own drum. We don't
Why
have
not?
the music per se, but we will
It's in
dance.
our heads, gosh darn it. Why not?
We have the Rio in our blood right now. That doesn't sound
I
good.
can't
What
see
would
the
Zeke
road to
go? We're
Rio.
thinking
There
about
you
that.
go.
We are just 3 days away from the start of
Yes,
Summer Olympics,
we
by the
are.
way.
Tomorrow,
Friday,
soccer.
tomorrow soccer, and we got opening ceremony Friday.
Yeah,
So
but
we
today, you know what we're doing? We're giving you a little taste of Rio.
Can you
the
see the
culture
footwork?
out
You
there.
can't see the
What
footwork
is
because
that?
what this is a 9.
Dancing.
It's not quite a 10. It's a
I
9.
don't get a 10, Lou. Thanks for that.
Come on, the Russian judge over here is going to give it a 9. Don't and Katie's
That's
all
right.
mad.
Well, hopefully Chris can deliver a 9. Chris Porter and Jeannie Blaylock have traveled all the way to Rio just to learn what, Lua?
Well, they're doing the samba. I'm doing the shag.
The
South
what?
Carolina state dance. It's very simple. Here's Chris.
Good morning from Rio. Hey, when you think of Brazil, he's given away my clue already. What do you think of?
Samba. Samba. In fact, before we came to Brazil, I had an opportunity to sit down with Cisa Minor. She's from Rio, but lives back in Jacksonville. I'll be quiet. Just take a look.
This is a late dance.
Am I doing it right?
Yes, a guy should do like that.
So
Move there. Yeah, you're doing good.
Okay.
You're right for it.
Gotcha.
Look here, Chris.
So can I expect a lot of this when I get to Brazil?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's the basic thing.
All right, so let's go over it one more time. Make sure I got it.
Can do it.
So as you can see, Jeannie, I gotta work on the footwork, gotta get more of the hips into it, but guess what? Today, I am going to a local dance studio here, and I'm going to learn how to samba, and then later on in the day, I'm going to show you how to samba.
I don't even know what to say. I can say one thing, though. You guys, gotta see this. Make sure you watch tonight, 5, 5:30, and 6. Lots of Olympic coverage live from Rio. Good morning.
Guys, thank you so much. That's my new favorite song. Wonder if I can find it on iTunes. Thank you. Got me motivated to dance. Do a little dance with you. Hey, let's look live at Rio de Janeiro right now, where Chris and Jeannie are right now. I wonder if I can find them. Oh, man, going to the dance studio. 66 degrees right now. It's Southern Hemisphere, so it's winter there. Go figure. A little bit cooler, a little bit more comfortable. So they're actually, you saw Jeannie wearing the light coat, probably needed there in the evening. And temperatures through the day, and 83% humidity, of course, while they're right there on the water, will max out in the mid-70s. A little bit of rain in the forecast, though, if we're taking a look at the Rio forecast specifically, some moving off the coast, moving in there through the early morning and afternoon hours. So maybe dealing with a little bit of moisture today when we watch Jeannie and Chris in the evening shows, giving us some great stuff. I cannot wait to see Chris's dance report for us. Here's your 3-day forecast. Back home, let's come back to the beaches of Jacksonville, where it's summertime, and 93 degrees is going to be our high temperature today. A 60% chance of more widespread showers today. Better chance coming Wednesday when we hit 94. Thursday, 92 degrees. Let's go to the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center. Katie, I know, is motivated to samba for us now. Thanks to Chris Porter.
I do. I wish we could have like samba music out here for weather and traffic.
Full time.
It'd be a lot more fun. But hey, it's always fun in the morning with them. So let's talk about what's going on in your traffic right now. Wanted to let you know here in Ortega Hills, if you are traveling along Roosevelt, that exit ramp there at 295, traffic lights are out. They're all flashing at the moment. So use caution. Treat it like a four-way stop when you do go through that area until they are able to fix that. Also, the northbound lanes here in the 3200 block of Phillips Highway remain blocked. Police are investigating a shooting at the Mount Vernon Motor Lodge in that area. It's blocked at Emerson, so you'll be routed over from Emerson to I-95 to use 95 to go northbound. So just keep that in mind if you're traveling through there, but I'm not seeing any big delays forming there because of it. Now, I wanted to let you guys know we are seeing traffic or delays start to get a little bit better through this area of JTB and Southside. We've got that construction still going on. They should pick it up in about 15 minutes. The on-ramps there, on and off ramps to Southside are closed as they do some construction on the lighting. Back to you, Keitha.
Thanks for that, Katie. Now, this might make a lot of you very upset this morning. A couple in Arizona is in trouble with the law, accused of abandoning their son to play Pokemon Go. We all know that game. Deputies say Brent and Brianna Daly admitted to leaving their 2-year-old son alone for 2 hours while they were out playing the game. A neighbor called 911 when they saw the boy outside crying and trying to get into the front door. The boy was barefoot with only a diaper and a t-shirt on.
They left their 2-year-old son home alone for at least an hour and a half that we can prove. And this child went outside the home. This is at 10:30 at night. It's nearly 100 degrees. All he has is a diaper and a t-shirt on.
Deputies say the couple returned home about an hour after they were contacted. No words for that one. All right, it's 15 minutes now past the hour. A data mishap has Beaches Energy apologizing this morning. What went wrong that compromised info for hundreds of customers?
Plus, we may just have the secret to raising a successful child.
Do we?
Ethan Nelson, breaking it down for us. Hear from the local spelling bee champ and his parents. I've been just glued to my TV set all week on Good Morning Jacksonville and will continue to be. Keitha doing a great series of stories delving into the topic of what it takes to raise a successful child. It's a simple topic, but so complicated.
It really is.
Success isn't that easy.
It certainly isn't. There's so many different levels of achievement, things that children do to make their parents proud. Today you're going to meet a local spelling bee champ, though, who made it all the way to a national stage.
Money, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and rhenium. And
some kids are just smart.
Iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium.
Take Srinikath Pagodi, for instance.
Vanadium, and lanthanum, and osmium, and astatine.
He's singing the periodic table.
As soon as he learned alphabets, he used to try to spell any word that he comes across.
His dad bought him the BFG as he neared the end of kindergarten.
And when he got this book, I said, he's too young to read a novel. But then I was wrong.
From about 2nd grade or so, we knew that he had it in him to make it big. How big, we did not know, obviously.
At age 12, he made it to a national stage as a finalist in the Script Spelling Bee, beating out the competition to tie in 7th place. The word that got Srinikath out of the competition?
P-A-L-A-G-E.
Palagonite. Still, mom and dad are proud, and their only child has gained them some serious bragging rights. They're seekers to a successful child.
The trick lies in identifying what the child is good at, not necessarily imposing something that you want him or her to be good at, and that's the secret, I feel.
There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and phosphorus, francium and fluorine and terbium.
He dreams of becoming a scientist and researcher one day, and in the meantime,
Sodium, platinum, plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium, polonium, and tantalum, technetium, titanium, tellurium, and cadmium, and calcium, and chromium, and curium. There's californium and fermium, berkelium, and also mendellium, einsteinium, nobelium, and argon, krypton, neon, radon, xenon, zinc, and rhodium, and chlorine, carbon, cobalt, copper, tungsten, tin, and sodium.
He just kept on going and going.
I forgot about Einsteinium.
You recognize one of those.
Einsteinium. I forgot about all about that one. But he helped. He actually just educated me.
Yeah, there you go.
I wish I had somebody to teach. My chemistry teacher, Mr. Jennings.
Wow, you
God
remember
love
him?
Mr. Jennings. That man would explode things, and that was great. But we never. The periodic table wasn't a song.
Right.
That's how you learn, right there.
The Vigotis, they taught me a lot actually just sitting down and talking with them. Frida Kat's parents believe that every child is gifted with something. I agree. Exposing them to as many activities as possible. That way you can figure out what they're really good at, what they enjoy. That's a smart tip. His father also wanted to share with others. It's more important to do what, Lou?
Spend time.
Yes, with
Quality
your children as opposed to spending money on them.
Brilliant. Want to hear from you, please. Join our conversation. It's on our Facebook page. In your opinion, what does it take to raise a successful child? Sounds like they've pretty much nailed it. All right, let's talk weather.
Why don't we?
Let's get into the weather side of things, get you out the door successfully today. 6:21 is the time to talk weather, and we're looking at your radar picture right now, and the shower's well offshore. Now, those showers are going to stay well offshore. It looks like our rain is going to be coming from the Gulf of Mexico. So look at the west coast. Look at the Big Bend. Already got some showers developing out there, and that's moving to the east. So through the afternoon, we'll be dealing with that sort of movement. Let's watch computer model, actually. You can see where the biggest activity, the largest activity of thunderstorms is going to be about 3 or 4 o'clock, well out west. So down I-10, get to the Suwannee River Valley, that area near the I-10, I-75 split. You'll be seeing a good bit of showers and storms today. Think Live Oak out there. If you're watching us early this morning, 4 or 5 o'clock, you will be getting your thunderstorms. All right, then, but for Metro and the 95 corridor coming down through downtown Jacksonville through St. Johns County, very, very busy time of day, obviously, you will be dealing with your showers. Then sun goes down and they all fizzle out. Very similar to what we had yesterday. I don't know quite as widespread, but very, very similar. Temperatures today going to be in the lower 90s. We've got a little bit of extra cloud cover today that's going to keep the temperatures on the lower end of things as opposed to being in the upper 90s and near the triple digits. We'll be in the low 90s, so take what you can get. Better chance of rain as we go through our hump day and as we slide downhill to the weekend. More and more rain chances, which is more and more of an opportunity for us to catch up on our rain deficit and get more green lawns out there. Let's obviously download the app. That goes without saying. You got your radar right there handy. You can watch wherever the rain is live. In the meantime, let's go to the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center with Katie Jeffries. Hey, Katie.
Hey, good morning, Lewis. Good morning, everybody. Your time is 6:22. Let's talk about some low gas prices because I know y'all love to save some money. If you're in St. Augustine, lowest prices in your area at the Shell at 120 Center Place Well. It's only $179. I know. I can't barely believe it. Florida average still above $2 at $2.06, so you can save yourself pretty penny there, 27 cents to be exact per gallon. That's not bad. Wanted to remind you about an upcoming construction project. This is going to start on Thursday. It's right there at Lane and Beaver Street. So they're going to be replacing some of the railroad crossings in that area. And when they do that, they're going to have to close Lane and it's going to reopen August 13th. There'll be about a mile detour in that area. There will be law enforcement though on scene during the heavy traffic hours to kind of help people around it. But I just wanted to give you the heads up. That starts on Thursday. If you are traveling in from the beaches, Atlantic Beach, JTB, all moving up to speed if you are traveling westbound at this point, so that's pretty good. Also, US 17 looks good coming out of Fleming Island all the way up towards I-10. Not bad at all, about 20 minutes. Back to you, Keitha.
Thanks, Katie. Now, we all know laptops can be very expensive,
sure
especially if you want a Mac. Those are really expensive. But of course, our man, Money Man, Matt Granite, he has some tips for us.
Got a deal, hundreds of dollars cheaper. That's important. We're getting close to back to school. 6:23 is your time. We're going to be right back. Also, got to tell you, Bud Light doing something interesting to try and get local football fans showing their team spirit as well. If you saw this on social media, it's rather humorous. We'll be right back. All right, Jags fans, listen up. And that's all of us, of course. The Big Cats back in action this morning. Had the day off yesterday, isn't that nice? You got 4 open practices this week, followed by a scrimmage Friday. So go ahead, register before you get out there, though, if you want to go. For times, all of your Jaguars information for camp and recaps, go to firstcoastnews.com. We've got a fantastic app. We've also got a fantastic insider who literally does not have a life outside. His wife will come in here and slap me upside the head for saying that. Mike Kay, he's our Jags insider. He does wonderful work. He's at 1,000 of those things. So the first game, of course, we're talking about scrimmage at least, or preseason game, very, very soon. Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, once again helping fans showcase their team pride.
A lot of folks excited about this. They have unveiled a special edition Jaguars bear can. That's pretty awesome. Yep. I'm not into bear, but I will just collect this.
Just watch the can, yeah.
Here it is. The cans are draped in Jaguars colors, of course. It features a logo and will be brought to life through signature sayings that every team's fans will recognize and embrace.
I love it. Bud Light, of course, the official beer of the NFL. The Bears, Packers, Cowboys, Vikings, and Rams have other sponsors and no Bud Light cans. So if you're a fan of those teams,